Hi everyone, it's Nono here, and this is the start of season 3 of the live stream. For those of you who are new, this live stream has been going on for 2 years now, and this is the third year that I start. So I've been taking a break during August and part of September. The last live stream was at the end of July 2022, and today I want to kickstart the new season, tell you about some of the things that have been going on. I have to be honest and say that, I haven't had time to do as many things as I do during the rest of the year, but I hope that this has served me to see things from a different perspective and also to disconnect and avoid burnout because, I try to do too many projects at the same time, and this break has given me time to think. We still have new things coming. I'm going to comment a bit on the latest developments of AI content generation, which I think are a bit overwhelming. And yeah, without further ado, I have some setup changes that I'm going to share today as well. And yeah, we have the chat here, and I see some familiar faces. So I see Rob is here. I haven't been too active on Discord, but I'm back. And for those of you who are new, there you have the URL of the invite, so you can join Discord. And yeah, nothing interesting happened in computational creativity this summer, said Rob. Rob, what have you been up to? And for those of you who connect or watch the video offline, please leave a message on the chat or the comments. All right, so the setup is getting better on my end and getting more comfortable with this. And as always, I would really appreciate your support if you like this video, and also subscribe if you're gonna get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. I have to say regarding this, I'm really happy that even though I haven't been uploading or streaming, there has been really good reception of the latest videos that we created on the live stream last season and that I have uploaded and put online. So it seems like the WebSocket content is really catching up. I think that's always really not viral but trendy on YouTube, because it's a complicated paradigm that people don't fully understand and they have to come online for help. So we have some videos on that with TypeScript. And as I said before, you can join us on Discord and we'll be able to chat there. Many people online already. All right, so last live stream, I haven't actually checked the exact date. It's at the end of July, but if you go to nono.ma/live/83, you'll be able to see it. Real-time collaborative apps. I think this is some of the content that we created for WebSockets, and now I think this is just a reminder that you can submit questions to any of the episodes of Getting Simple at gettingsimple.com/ask. I also have there a way in which you can submit recorded videos through Dropbox. So that's a new method I haven't shown before. Maybe we can see that in a second. Let me see if I can open that up in here. So I think if you go to gettingsimple.com/ask, right, you'll see that page that I was showing there. So this is now the actual website, and you can also click on submit a video, and this will send you to a Dropbox file request form. And here I said in 30 seconds or less, ask a question to me to answer on the podcast. For best results, use your smartphone in selfie mode. For the best chance of being featured, write out what you'll say before you record so it comes out cleanly. This is a pattern now I have sadly forgotten, but I sort of stole this idea from someone else because I think it's such a great way of receiving files. I have my Dropbox account already, so you can submit videos here. And yeah, if you record yourself, that'll be really good. This is for videos only. If you're going to submit a voice note, please just use SpeakPipe here. All right, so going back there, these are old goals. I haven't revisited them. I haven't reread them or anything. And I'm going to skip this for now because this is just like the beginning of season 3 and I just want to share a few things with you. So that's what I'm going to do today. Start season 3, a few updates and commenting informally. So this is sort of This live stream is sort of an extension of the Getting Simple podcast in the end for things that are not so structured that I want to share them on the podcast feed, right? And also Nono's dot files. I've been setting up a new Apple Silicon machine recently, and I set up another one last year. So I have an M1 Mac and also an M1 Max Mac. And I created these dot files for all of the things that can be automated that I found the time to automate with code. Includes things like setting up a lot of homebrew casks to install applications by default, a long list of apps that just gets installed automatically and saved on the applications folder, and also command line application tools. So also we can open that here. So you just go to your address bar, github.com/nonoesp, and then .files, and you'll find that repo that I was showing there. What is really interesting for me, so in Homebrew, right, we have this, let me just move this to the side in here. So we do have this brew file. And okay, so let me take a quick look at the chat, and I need to get back. So Rob says, let me put it here. So we have actually this window here that gets created by OBS. So Rob says, I've been busy doing display-centric work, trying to give you all better pixels with which to design, especially game design. Nice. All right. Are you doing that on Figma or some other design tool? Okay, so I was talking here about the Homebrew brew file. These are many of the apps that will get installed on my Mac automatically the first time I set it up, right? So this is something that you could, so for example, Audio Hijack, you could come to terminal and you could say here, brew install cask, and then just get that key name, right? Audio Hijack. And this will install that application, as you can see, to the applications folder, right? So Audio Hijack. And if you do that with a tool like ImageMagick, or so the things that don't say cask, like FFmpeg, like brew installed FFmpeg, that would install FFmpeg on your machine. Like, for example, I can run here, right? So really convenient, because I have a ton of things that I just don't need to worry about, and you can install by default. And many other things, especially the one that I like the most, is all of these Mac OS defaults. These are all settings, for example, that you could have on the system preferences on your Mac, right? Like, for example, the language and region. If we take a menu here, so if I authenticate, right, you see this is Gregorian, United States, blah, blah, blah. These settings, many of these can be automated through commands. And here I have an example. So first day of the week to Monday. Sometimes the default is Sunday, and this just changes it to Gregorian. And the second day of the week is the first one, which is Monday. And okay. And so this is just a comment on dot files. If you're interested, you can go to the repo and read more. My repo is a fork of Holman's files, and I won't extend too much more into this. And okay, I also have something here that I'm going to show a video. Another announcement is an incoming Getting Simple conversation with the authors of Systems Upgrade. I have to say, I traveled to India at the end of August of this year, and I recorded this just a few days before leaving. I didn't really get the time to edit properly, and I've left that work for September, so we skipped Getting Simple episode on August, but I'm already on my way of editing a really nice episode with David and Leire on reverse engineering designs, knowledge dissemination, open source and authorship, Irving Hauer. We also talk about selling less of more, like something called the long tail of niches by Chris Anderson. Yeah, so I won't unveil a lot more. It's going to be more or less like a 1.5 hour or 1 hour conversation. and it'll be on the podcast and also on YouTube with video. So that's one of the announcements that we have. And I also played a bit more with DALL-E, and I've tried the out of the in painting, like the out of canvas. I have to say the interaction in some way resembles what we have been trying to do with suggestive drawing and the infinite canvas. So I am excited that these things are going on in a similar way. We have to move fast this season to get something out of there and maybe use some of these APIs as well. We just want to have many bots, so it doesn't matter like what other people are doing, because we can implement them also on the same interface. So this is things done with DALL-E. I use the tag Edward Hopper because it's a painter I like, as I shown before. And let's see if we have anything else. Okay, so let me show. So what is this, right? This is sort of a spoiler. I have a video here, and I don't think this has audio. And so let me see. Okay, I'm gonna stay here while I show this video. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna try to make it loop, and I'll comment a bit on what this is, right? So this actually is the room in which I've been live streaming for almost all the season 2, at least the second part of season 2, from January to July this year. And that's all the gear that I had on the studio, and some of the setup, it changes a bit from time to time, but this is the setup I had. It was a pink room, a pink tank. It was like painted like that. I didn't paint it on purpose. There were like some things already there. What I did is just do some audio treatment with absorption panels, so the echo of the microphone wouldn't be there. You might hear echo today because I don't have panels on this room right now. I have a Zoom Handy recorder, a Shure SM7B. I have a cloud lifter to pump the volume, like the gain of the microphone. I have two Elgato key lights for lighting, which I don't have now, and you might be noticing because I just have natural light and it's getting darker here. And I also had some polyurethane panels on the top that we custom made for this, right? Let me see if this loops. And I can continue. Okay, so this seems like it's looping now. That table is an IKEA table, which automatically goes up and down. This one that I have here has a crank lever, like a lever that I need to pull. And so that's the setup, right? That's the setup that I've had. It had a window which I had to close and put some fabric on front of it. But overall, I think this setup has worked really well for me. Having the laptop on the left side and the screen on the front, and then having my peripherals on the table. I now have also the Stream Deck here with me, which I can click here and I can move to the right, can move to the left, or can even hide myself. So it's now really convenient, like left, right, hidden, right? And I have other things, like other buttons here, like moving slides, creating markers, but I need to remember to create markers, otherwise they don't happen. So I'm a bit, I haven't created many markers today, so it's gonna have to fall back to the old method and create it manually. So yeah, that was the recording studio that I had. It's been a sort of a pet project, but that I have been able to use, and a place that I've been able to go and work. So I really recommend, if you can secure a room where you can focus and prepare for your recording or for your coding or for focus sessions, do it. This was like a 10-minute bike ride from home. And the thing that I want to share today is that now that's gone, right? So this was the room where the studio was. The apartment in which the room was is being refurbished, so it's being renovated for a different purpose. So I'm gonna have to do live streams in a different way until I find a new place where we're gonna move all the stuff and put all the stuff there. One of the things that I do have that I'm using right now that is a bit different is the Sony. So let me put. So I'll leave the. I think I can leave the video here. So how can I go to a web page here? Okay, let's just do it here. So this I'm gonna show. So Sony Alpha A6500. So I used to stream. So I was streaming with this camera for the last few months, right? I think, yeah, this one with like a really short lens. And what is changed is that with this camera, I actually had to use Elgato HDS 60S Plus, right? So I had to use these. So I had to use these So this is a 4K. Let me see if I pump a bit the light. Okay, so I had to pass the HDMI cable through this device, right? And when I have because right now I don't have proper lighting, what I want to try is I've got this new camera, which is a really similar lens. The difference that it has is that it has a USB-C streaming mode, just with a USB-C cable to the laptop. I can have a 720p feed, which is a bit lower resolution than I had before, but for this appearance, which is me just on the sides of the screen, really small in a 2K video, is probably what it needs to be, right? So I don't really need more resolution. I can still pass the HDMI feed with 4K feed of video and get better resolution. But for live streaming, that usually heats up the computer a lot, and this is a lot lighter. So I'm gonna try this. It's also more portable because I only need to carry the camera and maybe a tripod or some base to put it. I don't need to carry the HDMI cables and the capture card that I showed before. So that is just for an update of how it's doing. Usually, if you see this thing here, let me take a look where you can see it better. Yeah, so this actually the camera would go here, so it goes mounted here. And that's it right now, and then you can position it and you can tilt it however you want. And okay, so let's take a look what else I wanted to share today. So this is gonna be a short live stream. So the recording, let me zoom in here. So the recording studio is gone. OBS studio, okay, so OBS studio I'm using right now. I've been using on my M1 Mac for a long time, but since early August or mid-August, I don't remember exact dates, but now we have native Apple Silicon support with the official build of OBS Studio 28. So what this means is that we're gonna have smoother streams. Everything's gonna work probably a lot better than before. It was working pretty well with the beta or like the daily builds of OBS 27, I have to say, but now it even works with Elgato Stream Deck. So when I do these movements and I hide myself, all of those interactions are done through the Stream Deck, and that couldn't be done before because they added compatibility over August. I talked about the new camera. I talked about the Stream Deck XL for creating markers, videos uploaded during the break. So let's go and quickly take a look at what I uploaded before or after we finished the season. So I did upload a video on the Stream Deck XL, another one on intro to WebSockets in TypeScript, a long form interview with Frank Harmon. So we have video both ways, so you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or the YouTube channel. And then we have these WebSocket client, WebSocket server tutorials with TypeScript, right? So those, as you can see, in just a month, are accruing some views. Those are that means that many people are getting to the channel through those videos. And we're gonna continue to edit them, but we need to schedule and see which ones we're gonna edit first, right? And yeah, the last thing, I already talked about the incoming podcast, Riverside FM. So I'm using Riverside FM, which is a new tool that I've signed up to record podcasts online. So this is a really nice tool that allows me to create even really quickly create this type of video. So this would be a video that you can format in different ways on their website, and you'll be able to create many things. But the thing that I like the most about Riverside FM is that when I have the recording, so it records remotely, so it records locally for each speaker or guest in their other browser, and it uploads the original video and audio, right? So you get the highest quality you can because you're getting the raw microphone audio and camera feed video. You're not getting like a Zoom compressed video and audio. And that is really nice because we get the best quality we can with the devices that people have at their houses. And the killer feature is that it automatically exports to Descript. And if you don't, you can download the separate tracks and put them together into Descript and create a composition, or even export directly to Adobe Premiere. So Riverside FM, really nice. Let me really quickly put here my access details, and I'm gonna show you an example. So for example, here, this would be the interface of Riverside. This is what's called Studio. I can invite people, and you can directly. So let me quickly open a specific one, and because I see I have many tests in the same room, and so the podcast recording would be here, right? And the full recording has the 3 video feeds, but you can create clips. So you can edit or create clips. So here, for example, we have a clip, and I'm sure you can create more, right? And what happens here is you get an interface, and let me see if I can edit, right? I could edit, and not only you can trim what part of the video you want, but you can also select different layouts. So for example, you can say, okay, without borders, I want to keep the video's aspect ratio. I want the focus, the speaker that is talking, and put the other two like Zoom does, or on the side so they don't collapse with the video, or just focus on the person without showing the others, right? And for each of those, if you change the aspect ratio, they would adjust. So we can say, okay, we have 1 by 1, we round the corners, keep aspect ratio or not, and you choose the way in which you want to show the video. So this is really nice to quickly share videos on social media because it creates the video layout for you. And yeah, I can imagine myself like sharing little snippets like this on Instagram or something like this, or like in an Instagram story, you put it like this, put it like that, or maybe like this, right? So yeah, this is really nice, and I look forward to using it more. I've been just testing it for fun. So that's Riverside. And now, what's happened during the break, Stable Diffusion, DALL-E, and Midjourney. I'm not going to talk about this a lot because you probably know it, but I'm going to comment on it. And what we'll do is that we'll see that during the season, different points, depending on the time that I have to play with it. I see a comment on the chat from Rob that OBS now has HDR enabled too. I haven't really found a need for that, but maybe, I haven't played too much with the new settings. I've seen that for gaming, it seems, is the killer feature, probably also for streaming video. Maybe for these live streams, we can use it, and maybe we get a better color. But it's not super, super crucial, super important for what we do here now. I see also that there are some people joining the live stream right now. So I invite you to say hi in the chat, tell us where you're connecting from or who you are and how you found us. Because here on the chat, I only see Rob and Ibe, and unless you type, I don't know who you are or how you found us or what you're looking for. You can also ask questions, so I can ask live, we can have some Q&A. We only have a few minutes before we go. All right, so what we said is Stable Diffusion, DALL-E, and Midjourney. I have access to DALL-E, as you have seen before. So if I go to, what does this say? Install DALL-E app. I don't know what the DALL-E Chrome extension is for. Keyword dictionary. This extension, not really. Okay, let's actually install it. I don't know. DALL-E app. Oh, okay. So it's actually just like a Chrome tab. I need to see actually how to do this. It's really nice to be able to. Let me see. Labs, OpenAI. To open this link, choose an app. Okay. Yeah, so it seems it's just a standalone application. So it doesn't, I mean, it's probably just running inside of Chrome, but it has its own icon and its own window. So, okay, so Rob says for OBS HDR feature that it will be relevant when you design HDR enabled apps. Krita, for example, is now HDR enabled. Okay, so let's see Krita HDR. Cannot just edit high bit depth images, but also render them on screen with the HDR capable setup, show them as HDR images. HDR, to put it simply, are images with really bright colors. They do this by having a very large range of color to 16-bit and higher. Okay, yeah, I mean, and I guess like also for like 10-bit and 16-bit video, so the Sony, 10-bit video probably would be good to stream those, because I've seen that people who stream or record videos in 8-bit or 10-bit, you cannot really tell the difference when you upload to YouTube. Okay, so yeah, so we have DALL-E here, and you can see the history of creations on the right, as we've seen before. Now you can see more on your collection. You can now view your full history on your collection page. Okay, here we have all generations and favorites. So here you can see my entire history of DALL-E. That is nice, and I did think at some point that I was not gonna see anything of what I had generated, but this is great. I was actually manually saving all of the generations here so I could come back to them, but now I can see that they've solved that issue, which I really like, because I had forgotten of many of these interesting generations that we have made. All right, so that's for DALL-E. I mean, I'm not gonna go into anything because we've done many videos on that, and you can actually take a look at them and see them on the YouTube channel. So if you go, I'm not sure if you can do DALL-E. Yeah, if you do none of the /DALL-E, that shows the video. I can see already that this is a lot better quality than what we have right now, because I have lighting, like artificial lighting, and right now I don't have that. So we'll try to get there. I don't have my studio at the moment. And yeah, the other two things, just commenting on them really quickly, is Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. These two have, I mean, there is like even a Wikipedia page for it already. There is a boom on content creation, and there are some pages that allow you to use them with credit. Some others are free, so Stability AI is one of those. And yeah, you should just take a look at what it is. I honestly, I signed up for this. You need credits to use it unless you have an invite or something that I didn't get. And Stable Diffusion, a dog running on the highway. This takes ages. I'm probably not gonna wait until, well, let's see. Let's leave it there. And for this, let's take a look at the interface. If I remember my password. I don't remember. Okay, so that is, I don't think we're gonna wait for this. That is it for today. A really short live stream. I'm still like getting back at it. We have different gear. We're gonna go back to having a studio at some point, but not right now. Let me Let me change a setting here. Right, so this is just shows this scrolling thing. And yeah, I mean, I can wait for a bit. I'll remind you that you can like this video to support the work that I'm doing, and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet to get notified when I go live next or when I upload new videos. I hope to bring you more content this new season of the podcast and the live stream. You can join us at Nono Master's Discord. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. All right. Great to see you, Rob. Great to see everyone who's online. I see that there are some silent people there, but that's okay. You have a lot of content on the channel from, I mean, this is live 84. So we have 83 more live streams that you can watch. Many of them in-depth machine learning videos. Others are content of the Getting Simple podcast recorded live. And I hope to bring you, and this I didn't show, so Riverside FM, live streaming on YouTube. So you can actually do live streaming. So we can have me, one or up to 7 guests. So I think up to 8 people is the maximum on the same conversation, and we can be streaming that to YouTube. There is a chat on Riverside for people who want to join as audience. And there is also a call-in feature, so somebody could join a call as a guest of the audience, and maybe ask a question, and then we can have a conversation or answer the question, or then they can leave and we can continue, and we can get call-ins, right, from different people, and that can be live streamed real time and recorded, so then we can edit for the podcast on Adobe Audition, so Adobe Premiere or Descript. So yeah, that's really nice. Again, thanks a lot for being there. I see myself, I'm really dark. We need to make this better. So I'm gonna try to stop streaming from OBS. They have a new button here. So bye everyone. I will see you. I'm not sure if we're gonna live stream next week. I'm gonna be traveling for the next 2 weeks. And yeah, maybe we're back in October. I'll try to do something before then.